Our second presentation is from the Mesa County Department of Human Services and pertains to grant opportunities for temporary assistance for needy families. And today we have Jill here, our Executive Director of DHS, here to present. Good morning, Jill.
Good morning. Jill Calvert, Executive Director of the Department of Human Services. The Mesa County Department of Human Services has $350,000 in grant opportunities available for the Community Investment Program for the months of July 2024 through June of 2025. The grant opportunities are specifically in response to the community need for eviction prevention, which is based on the 2024 Grand Junction Area Houselessness Community Strategies Report, which was sponsored by the City of Grand Junction Housing Authority, Western Colorado Community Foundation, Rocky Mountain Health Plans, and Mesa County. What we're hoping for is that these monies will help with two of the report's identified needs. One was for financial resources to prevent at-risk families from entering homelessness. And the second one was to coordinate and collaborate service providers and improvement of support systems. So beginning on April 15th, DHS invites applications through a competitive selection process of a request for applications, an RFA, utilizing the Temporary Assistance for Needy Families, otherwise known as TANF. The TANF block grant as its source of funding. The funding will strictly be used by grantee agencies, specifically for TANF qualifying families moving towards eviction by providing eviction prevention monies, along with collaboration of employment navigation through the workforce, the Mesa County Workforce Center. So what we really would like to see, what the report shows, is that if you can stop an eviction, the county and the community can save money, as opposed to trying to help people find housing after the eviction. And then we want to pull in our workforce center to make sure that they're able to sustain where they're living. We have all kinds of resources where we can help all the way from applications to upskill, new skill, and reskill for families who have that need. The mission of DHS is to provide safety, stability, and meaningful employment to the citizens of Mesa County, and we cannot accomplish this on our own, which is why we are seeking to collaborate with community partners to further our mission. The contract starts, the start date will be July 1st of 2024.
Great. Thank you, Jill. Do commissioners, do you have questions, comments?
I have a few comments. I know you've been talking about this for a while, but when we saw the recommendation in the homeless study that the city did, it made sense that we would step forward now and invest our TANF dollars this way. It makes sense from a financial perspective. There's a national study, excuse me, that shows the average cost per person per year of homelessness is over $35,000. Those are public dollars. And the cost of emergency financial assistance to prevent eviction, research shows that's about $2,000 per person. So it makes sense to do it. I do want to point out that TANF dollars can only be spent on people who are eligible, meeting the federal poverty guidelines, meaning their children in the home, and they must be here legally and show documentation that they are here legally. But I especially love the component that requires them to go to the workforce center to get that support, to get the assessments. What other jobs might they be eligible for? What kind of job training they can do? So it's not just a handout, truly a hand up. So thanks for this great program.
Thank you.
Yeah, I would duplicate anything. That was wonderful.
Yeah. We were in a workforce board meeting, and it had come up that when we work with our community in upscaling and work with their resumes and just spend that time with them, that return on investment really does show reward. And could you speak to that to the public so they can understand what that looks like for these individuals going through that?
Yes. At the Workforce Center, when people come in on average and they use our resources, And again, can be as small as, can we help you with your LinkedIn, to your LinkedIn account, to your resume, all the way up to how can we get you certifications, training, education, even degrees, in order to help. What we're showing on average, that individuals who participate in that, that their salary goes up anywhere from like $10,000 to $15,000 a year just by the initial participation, which I think again plays in really well with what we're trying to do with making sure people are able to meet their rent with rising rent costs.
That's excellent. Can you also speak to the policy change of making sure that people who don't have a GED can still get certificates that could help them be higher earners?
Yes. It really has come to our attention that there are individuals that just were not able, for whatever reason, to graduate from high school or get a GED. And there has always been a requirement that they have to have a GED to move on to certificates, say a CDL to drive a truck. And what we found out working with CMU Tech as well, that there are certificates where individuals really don't need to have a GED in order to be successful. So we now are bringing people through that do not have a GED, but could get a certificate to basically upskill. And then what we're hoping is that they're engaged in that and the success of it, and they want to go back and get their GED, but some people just really don't, and that's okay too.
Yeah. So how would one reach out to you to participate in the TANF and then also in the Workforce Center?
Right. Definitely go to our website. We have all the information on there. And is that how they're going to access for the RF? Yep. And so both for businesses and for individuals as well.
Great. Thank you, Jill. Appreciate it.
I would point out that individuals can't go to DHS and ask for TANF funds for eviction prevention. This is a grant. So you're asking nonprofits. 2 of them already do this, Catholic Outreach and Joseph Center, but you're opening it up to others. They hold the pot of money and then individuals go to them.
Yes,
Just to clarify.
I appreciate the clarification. And that's totally what this $350,000 is going to be about, is that it will go to providers out in the community. So, but that's good clarification.
Thank you, Jill.
Thanks.
Appreciate it.